Welcome to the Morning Update. I'm Erin Roan. Millions of Australians have gathered around the country for ANZAC Day dawn services today. In Canberra, the Prime Minister was among those to pay their respects at the Australian War Memorial. Anthony Albanese says the ANZAC showed great courage despite witnessing the horrors of war.
While so much has changed in warfare since, the great character of Australians at war has not. Yet it must be acknowledged that we have not always honoured those who have fought in our name as well as we should.
Sydney saw one of the biggest crowds in recent years, with thousands packing out Martin Place. The last post sounded with the Premier Chris Minns among those to lay wreaths. Commander Australian Navy Fleet Rear Admiral Christopher Smith delivering the ANZAC address.
We gather today not to glorify war, but to remember ourselves that we value who we are and the freedoms we possess, and to acknowledge the courage and sacrifice of those who contributed to shaping the identity of our nation and those that continue to serve.
Police are urging us to be respectful if we head out to the pub to play two up today. Officers will be out in force across public transport, searching out antisocial behaviour. Assistant Commissioner Scott White says we need to look out for each other.
The police operation will target antisocial behaviour and alcohol-related crime. So be warned, if it's your intention to get on the drink and break the law, you should expect to be arrested.
Briefly, in other news, a woman from the US has been caught trying to bring in a 24-carat gold gun through Sydney Airport. The gun wasn't loaded, but carries a charge of up to 10 years imprisonment. Overseas, controversial Fox News host Tucker Carlson is leaving the network. It comes less than a week after Fox reached a $787 million settlement with Dominion Voting in a defamation lawsuit. And the date has been set for next year's Academy Awards. The Oscars will be handed out on March 10 in Hollywood. Preliminary voting to begin on December 18. Sport and entertainment's up next. Melbourne kicked 7 unanswered goals to secure an 18-point win over Richmond at the MCG last night. The Tigers led for most of the game. Melbourne came out firing in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's all about resetting. So Goody can give us this massive pump up, which is great. But if we go out all eager and all really keen to get into the contest, we might collapse, we might get too far over. So just being able to reset, have a big deep breath and then being able to attack that last quarter. And I think we started that way, to be honest.
That's Demons skipper Max Gawn there. In the NRL, the Roosters clash with the Dragons to wrap up the ANZAC round tonight. In entertainment news, Paul McCartney has paid special tribute to bandmate George Harrison and Beatles producer Sir George Martin. He's posted a photo of the pair in the studio on St George's Day, the picture taken by his late wife Linda. And singer Adele has joined Jamed Corden for his final carpool karaoke. She became emotional as she thanked him for his support during her divorce.
You and Jules and the kids were so integral in looking after me and Angela, making sure that I didn't. And I remember you used to do it with humour as well. You were always you were like always an adult to me. You would always give me this advice.
And that's the latest from the Nova Podcasts team. We'll see you later on for another episode of The Update.